Welcome back to Blaen Glôn Fawr. It's now the 10th of June and I'm going to talk you through a couple of management decisions we've gone through for the first couple of months of the challenging 2021. It's been a challenge of trying to balance demand and the covers we've got. It's been a very slow year, beginning of the year for grass growth, and it's certainly been a very difficult challenge so far. Overall, the all-grass wintering system worked very well. Very good utilisation of grass that we have kept for the rotation. We had a couple of moments where we had to concede a couple of paddocks because sheep didn't respect the electric fence. But then we got them back on hectare blocks by the end, and they came in about 10 days pre-lambing. Well, you could see the colour of some of the paddocks when the ewes were moved last time. They looked pretty muddy then, but certainly they had time to recover. Nothing went back onto them until middle of April, and the latest fields we grazed in the winter, nothing went back on them until beginning of May, middle of May. We started measuring in Blaen Glôn on the 8th of February, and I've been doing so every 2 weeks since. We have missed first measurement of May, but that was due to nothing here to measure in a way. Looking back, I do believe that was a mistake to miss it out, because that was the turning point when grass started to move, and it would have been interesting to see where we were at that point. Yeah, we were lucky when we were turning ewes and lambs out. Them fields were rested, so we had a bit of cover, but once that cover was grazed off, it was a very slow process of getting them covers back up. We did move on to the rotation slightly earlier than we'd have hoped. Up until first measurement of April, we were bouncing around the 4 to 9 kilos of dry matter per hectare growth then. Then as we went into April, it increased to 16, and then went up a bit further until we reached the last measurement we did, the 1st of June, which was at 46 kilos of dry matter per hectare. Growth early on was far below demand. We had to extend rotations, bring sheep back down to land that was meant to be rested, just to stretch grass out. We managed to keep enough grass in front of them, and through the Welsh Pasture Project we sent an analysis of grass off every month. Even though there wasn't much grass on the ground, the quality was still there. So our April grass came back as 24.5% dry matter, 24% protein and 12.7 ME, which was very high quality. Our May sample came back as 17.5% dry matter, 33% protein and 12.3 ME. So even though we've been a bit short on covers, the quality has still been there to maintain ewe condition. The sheep rotations have finally been closed down to 24-day rotations. They had at one point gone up to about 42-day rotations just to make sure they had enough feed in front of them. So they're back down to 24-day rotations, moved every 3 days. They're in mobs of 220 ewes, and we got 3 mobs in total. We've seen growth rates of the lambs better this year than last year, with the twins averaging 25 kilo lambs then, and the singles above that. And once the clicks in withdrawal is up, we'll have a bunch, hopefully we'll have the first draw of lambs to go to slaughter. The ewes are on 2 hectare blocks. It just fitted as 2 hectare blocks due to most of the fields being 8 or 10 hectare fields, so they broke up quite easily. The cattle behind me are on hectare and a hectare and a half blocks, varying between 4 and 3 day rotations then. Well, the cattle here will be sticking on rotation until they come in. I might have to add a few more hectares in as the demand increases with weight. But then with the ewes, they'll be continuing on the rotation for a few more weeks until hopefully end of June when we wean them. And then once weaned, the heaviest 350 lambs will go on to a red clover rotation to be finished. The ewes will be used as cleaners then to clean up any areas that need to be cleaned out, and then the rest of the lambs will be on rotation by themselves as well.